Good morning, it's Jonathan Barrett with the morning debrief. The current time is 7:21 and it's Friday the 25th of March 2011. Another positive night in equity markets in the States and also in Europe. Market seems to be discounting what's actually happening in Europe as a result of the sovereign debt crisis in Portugal. In fact, I actually think it feels it's a little bit relieved that it's now out on the table and they're requesting a bailout. There are concerns that this could cause a little bit of a shift in momentum for the EU, and that's something we're just going to have to monitor over time. In the States, we had interesting data. US durable goods orders wasn't as positive as what we first thought. However, jobless claims was a little bit better. That's quite positive. And we also had some positive manufacturing data. So if anything there, the nuts and bolts of it averaged out to a positive night, and as a result of that, the Dow closed up. Let's have a couple of look at how the market actually traded in the States, and let's just grab that. Okay, right, okay, over we come. Oops, it's just coming up. Okay, here we go. I guess the Dow's up 84, the S&P's up 12, the Nasdaq's up 38. Bernanke to hold a press conference after FOMC. I don't think much will change there. I guess the key here is what's happening with the manufacturing, and there we are. US goods unexpectedly fall, claims drop, so a bit of mixed data, not too bad there. Looking around the world, in terms of overview of the equity markets, you can see that the top 50 was up 43. The FTSE, very strong move there for the top 50. The FTSE was up 84. The CAC was up 55. And the DAX was up 129, so relatively positive. Local market had a strong night also, up 28, 4,750. I think at the end of the day, people are looking quite positive in terms of our outlooks now, particularly let's see what the GDP data in US comes out with tonight, and that'll hopefully confirm that we continue to strengthen. Other major features last night, Aussie dollar had a good strong night. Aussie dollar was in fact up again, up about 80 points at 102.08. There it is there. Strong night there for the Aussie. There we go, up 77 points, or up 78 points. There we go, and looking quite strong. So if anything there, I think that Aussie, let's see how it does trade. Disappointing there on a bit of gold, but let's have a look at all the bits and pieces and have a look. Righty-ho. First of all, look at crude. Crude hourly. Look, it's a double top by all means, by all stretches of the imagination when you look at it. And I think that it does look to be a double top. I guess the key there is if it takes out that 107. 107 is a key for us. Looking about what's happening in Libya and Yemen, still concerns there, but as you can see, the market's quite happy to discount a little bit of what's happening, and we might get a little bit of a fallout there, as the market is certainly very long crude at the moment. We're on record high, so quite a concern there. Gold I was a little bit disappointed with last night. Traded to a new high, record high of 14.47. And but didn't hold on to those gains. It actually came off quite sharply towards the close. There it is there. I've seen these types of moves before. The key is that you respect the 440, 444, that old high. But the fact that we traded to a new high, closed below that, probably suggested a correction is underway. Now, look, how far and how deep will this correction be? Look, at the face value of it, not too deep at all. But it does signal that the market's not ready to move higher. And as a result of that, just a little bit of a correction is underway. Obviously, any stops, if you are having to short the market, go in at 450. That's all you can really say. Interesting demand out of China there. China is expected over time to replace India as the #1 consumer, and also the ETF funds there just continue to go strength to strength. So gold in itself, I think, continues to rocket on after this dip. As a result of a little bit of a correction. US dollar index, obviously a bit of a key there, did come under pressure last night. For all intensive purposes, it just seems to be range bound at the lower end of its range, and we'll just see what that chart looks like. 75.96 is where it's trading, and just grab it. It does look like there's a bit of a bounce, but yeah, look, you can't do much. The trend is intact, always has been, but we're looking for a little bit of relief around the corner, because we are on major lows. There you go, you can see there. There we go. That's the major lows we've been talking about. There's the low there, 75.50. Okay, how does that affect some of the other commodities? We mentioned crude, we mentioned gold. Let's have a quick look at how copper's trading. Look, we're getting close to those highs on copper. 465 is where that is. And I think if anything there, just sideways, and I guess if we get positive numbers, GDP numbers out of the States tonight, that should also give a little bit of a lift for the metal. Obviously things are a little bit slow here, I don't know why, but that's okay. We can hold off. Also last night, just while that copper chart is loading up, we had very positive moves in all the grains, and that in my mind can signal a little bit of a low. So if you've still got positions on there, I would sort of look at another entry point to actually add to positions. Okay, there's copper. Well, look, as you can see, it's in this big range. Expect the test at the top side. As to whether or not it holds on there is another thing. My expectations are perhaps that she comes under pressure a little bit and retest those lows. Okay, that's looking at there at the copper. We've mentioned the grains. They all look quite positive as well. In terms of other markets, we're following dollar yen. As you can see, they're very stable at an 18.91. Obviously, with that form of intervention there, you know, the other day the market seems to be stunned as to what to do, and we're obviously moving sideways on that. I'm just trying to get a chart for that, but something seems to be slowed down. But anyway, moving on. And tonight, in terms of economic numbers, we've got the IFO index out of Germany. That's going to be very important. When we look at what's happening in America, we've got GDP and consumption. All those ones have got to be positive as well in terms of what we're looking at. And if that comes in at the top end of the range, then expect things to remain a little bit better bid. Okay, we're back up and running. Just having a look at the local market, 47.50 is where it is. We're closed on SICOM. I think our expectations are that it can actually test that topper end, probably expect a positive close, and could actually see it test that 4,800 today. Being Friday, let's see how it goes, but market certainly is very positive. In terms of that, we've mentioned the numbers, what we've got out today, GDP, personal consumption, that should be all about it. That's really about it from me. I hope everyone has a good day. Good luck tonight with your trading, and we'll certainly talk to you on Monday, and bye for now.